Hey, fourth graders, we are on reading 13 of Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. And more of you are doing this each day. That is so cool because you know what? Not only are we soaking up a good book each day and read aloud, but we're also learning how to listen. Listening to a read aloud is just like reading. You have to stop and think about what you are hearing or reading. And so it's so important for you to do this. And so hats off to all of those who do this every day. So here it is, and we're in the chapter that's called Fang. Fang hits town. They have such funny chapter titles. And so we were just at the dentist the last time and hearing about how poor Peter had to show Fang how to open his mouth at the dentist. It was so cool. So the last words we read were, Dr. Brown thanked me for helping him. My mother made another appointment for Fudge. The nurse kissed my brother goodbye, and we left. That wasn't so bad, was it, Peter? My mother said. And now in the reading for today, Peter says, it could have been worse, I admitted. We headed for Bloomingdale's, where we can get our shoes. There are 5 salesmen in the children's shoe department. 2 of them my mother doesn't like. She says she thinks they don't measure my feet carefully, that all they care about is selling shoes, even if they don't have the right sizes in stock. The other ones my mother thinks are okay. There's one she likes a lot. His name is Mr. Berman. I liked him too because he's funny. He usually makes believe that the right shoe goes on the left foot, or that Fudge's shoes are really for me. Anyway, when Mr. Berman waits on us, buying shoes is almost fun. Today, Mr. Berman spotted us right away. He always remembers our name. Well, if this isn't the Hatcher boys, he said. In the flesh, I told him. Fudge opened his mouth for Mr. Berman. See, all gone. His teeth, my mother explained to Mr. Berman. He knocked out his top 2 front teeth. Well, congratulations, Mr. Berman said. That calls for a celebration. He reached into his jacket pocket and pulls out 2 lollipops. He handed one to me and one to Fudge. Oh, said Fudge, lolly. Mine was root beer flavored. I hate root beer, but I thanked Mr. Berman anyway. I saved it for after lunch, I told him. I'll save it for after lunch, I told him, handing it to my mother. She put it in her purse. Fudge got a lemon lolly. He ripped off the paper and started sucking right away. Now then, what'll it be, boys? Mr. Berman asked. My mother answered, brown and white saddle shoes for Fudge and loafers for Peter. Okay, Peter, let's see how those feet have grown. I slipped out of my old shoes and stood up. I stuck my left foot onto Mr. Berman's foot measure, and then he turned it around and I put my right foot in. That's another reason why my mother thinks Mr. Berman is good at selling shoes. He measures both feet. Some other salesmen only measure one. My mother says feet can be different sizes, even on the same person, and it's important to make sure the size fits the biggest foot. What color loafers, Peter? Mr. Berman asked. Brown, I said, same as my old ones. And when Mr. Peter went into the back to look for shoes for me, my mother noticed the hole in the toe of my sock. Oh, Peter, why didn't you tell me you had a hole in your sock? I didn't know I had one, I said. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. It's my sock, Mom. Why should you be embarrassed? I asked. Well, it looks terrible, to come shopping for shoes with a hole in your sock. That's just awful. Can you hide it a little? Where should I hide it? Try to get the hole in between your toes so it doesn't show, my mother said. I wiggled my sock around, trying to rearrange my hole. My mother sure worries a lot about silly things. Mr. Berman came out with 2 pairs of loafers. He likes to try different sizes to make sure I'm getting the right one. One pair is much too big. This other pair fits fine. Wear or wrap? Mr. Berman asked my mother. Wrap, please, she said. We'll wear the old ones home. I have never been allowed to wear my new shoes home from the store. Don't ask me why, but my mother always has the new pair wrapped up, and I can't wear them until the next day. When I finished, Mr. Berman untied Fudge's shoes and measured his feet. Brown and white saddle shoes, my mother reminded him. Mr. Berman went into the back and returned with 2 shoe boxes. But when he opened the first box and Fudge saw the saddle shoes, he said, "No." "No what?" my mother asked him. "No shoes," Fudge said. He started kicking his feet. "Don't be silly, Fudgy. You need new shoes," my mother told him. "No, no, no," he hollered. Everyone in the shoe department looked over at us. "Here's the perfect size," Mr. Berman told Fudge, holding up one shoe. "Wait till you see how nice these shoes will feel." Fudge kicked some more. It was impossible for Mr. Berman to get the shoes on his feet. He screamed, "No shoes! No shoes! No, no, no!" My mother grabbed hold of him, but he was wiggling all around. He managed to give Mr. Berman a kick in the face. Lucky for him, Fudge only had on his socks. Wow. No wonder at the beginning of the book, Fudge said that his real problem wasn't Mom, wasn't Dad. Nope, it was Fudge. So here's the end of this reading. So once again, do a beautiful summary on Google Doc and also record your questions, predictions, feelings, and thoughts, because that's just what good readers have to think when they are reading. Awesome. See you later.